Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. Welcome to Sabbath Sunday, where we are talking all 20 Black Sabbath records. I'm your host, Jason. Your other host is Bill.
Well, here we go.
And Tim.
Oh, yeah.
And we are a playlist link channel. Sort us by a playlist and catch all of our Black Sabbath videos in a row. But today we're talking Volume 4.
Jason, you said you wanted to go first on this one, right?
Yeah, I want to go first on this one because Sabbath Volume 4. I know, Master, if you want to check out our previous ranks, here they are. You know, I didn't Master Reality. I was kind of it has some low points. It has some fucking great high points, but you know, I guess Bill was in the same boat as me. The rankings we are divided now, but Volume 4 is here. I'm just gonna start this off by reading my closing notes of this album. Tim always saying you can trust the first 5 Sabbath albums, but I've always had my trust in Volume 4.
Nice. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
We start off with Wheel of Confusion. This would be their Ramones record, not Rocket to Russia, but
this is Road to Ruin.
Oh, that checks out. That checks out.
Yeah, no, the parallels between, and I've said it in the Ramones videos, I'm going to say it as much as I can in the Sabbath videos. The parallels are incredible.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Wheel of Confusion. It doesn't come out swinging as some of the openings we've already discussed. But damn if it doesn't deserve to be talked about when talking about the best Sabbath opening tracks. I implore you, just go back and listen to this entire thing and only pay attention to the drums. It's fucking nuts. You can hear Motorhead and the like in this song.
Which we're still a couple years away from Motorhead at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we're still 1972 here.
Yeah, 5 years. Because what? The first Motorhead was 77?
Yeah, I mean, you can hear... Maybe? I don't know what genre of music that would be, but like you can hear the birth of shit on this record. Tomorrow's Dream. I love the energy and the variation of this album. I love Tomorrow's Dream. The guitars get some really crazy tones in this song, and it changes. Like the guitar tone changes mid fucking song. That's odd, but whatever. It works. Changes is just a fucking classic. FX is just a short throwaway cocaine fueled track.
Which is gonna set a theme throughout the discography, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll get to it in my notes, but yeah.
I know people make jokes about, like, you know, the cocaine on this record, but...
legendary. Like, articles have been written.
Yeah, I mean, does that really...
5 figures they spent on it.
If I had to count a low point, if y'all would allow this to be FX, that would be my low point on the album.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, 100%.
Great albums have low points too.
Then you get Supernaut, top song contender. It's Zeppelin sounding in places, but it also like it's Sabbath all the way through. Cornucopia.
I think you skipped one, my friend.
Oh, I did, didn't I? Okay, yeah. Snowblind, another top song contender. Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry, I fucking. It's been a long night. That's the one that's like very Zeppelin sounding. Let me go back another Supernaut. I had top song contender written on both of those, so My notes got double crossed. Supernaut, top song contender. I'm going to climb up every mountain of the moon and find the dish that ran away with the spoon. And those guitar solos. What the fuck happened to rock and roll, Linkin Park? All right, so Snowblind, very Zeppelin sounding, top song contender, yada yada yada. Again with the drums on Cornucopia, it's fucking nuts. Every twist and turn the song goes down is always rewarding. The lyrics are great. Laguna Surprise, one of, if not my favorite, Black Sabbath instrumentals. It's a perfect place right before Cornucopia. St. Vitus Dance, if you guys don't allow me to have FX as my low point, this would be my low point. It's not bad. It's just, it suffers.
You can have FX.
It suffers
Right,
from what's around it. It's just like I prefer like what's around it. It's just it's a slight dip, I guess. Like it's not like you stepped off the Grand Canyon. It's like you stepped in a pothole or something. You know, like oh whatever. Under the Sun does not fuck around. If you were threw off a little with some of the previous tracks like Laguna, you're like you know, this isn't the Black Sabbath I know. Under the Sun is here to remind you that you're listening to fucking Black Sabbath. Heavy as shit at first, but then it changes like throughout the song.
Yeah.
Ozzy fucking kills it on this song. I would put it up there. You know, we talk about them closing tracks. You know, we've been arguing about Fairies. We've been arguing about Void. But Under the Sun exists.
Yeah.
That's just me, but, you know, I love this record. This is Sabbath I know. This is Sabbath I love. God, I can't wait till we do the album art.
Right? Iconic album art.
Yeah.
Of Ozzy in that fucking peace sign pose. Like, it does not get more rock and roll than that. And how many bands are ripped off the Volume 4?
So many. Across all genres.
Across multiple genres. Yeah. So many people ripped it off. Yeah, I mean, Wheels of Confusion. I've said it before. I'll say it again. There are three things in this world you can trust. You can trust yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You can trust the first 6 Ramones albums. And you can trust the first 6 Sabbath albums.
I love how, Bill, I don't know if you noticed, maybe it's just me because I edit these videos, that number always changes. Okay.
Sometimes
it's always 5 or 6.
Sometimes it's 5.
So there was a caveat for 6. We're going with 6 here.
All right, we're going up to Sabotage. All right.
Well, you know, and I've heard the argument. We're like, no, it's all about the first 3 Sabbath albums, or it's all about the first 4 Sabbath
Ramones.
albums.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you can make these arguments. Like, yes, is this album cocaine fueled?
Yes.
Listen to Snowblind again and tell me A, it's not one of the greatest heavy metal songs ever written. And then B, yeah, they spent 5 figures on cocaine making this album. It's thanked in the liner notes. Like, Sabbath are on a trajectory at this point in what, 73, 74? Where, yeah, this is the point where Ozzy is taking LSD every day for a year and a half. Like, this is pure 70s debauchery.
Oh, we're still in 72. We're still in 72.
Right. Like, yeah, Sabbath are perfecting this before anybody else. These are albums that, like, this week's Volume 4. And Volume 4 is, for me, has always been an album where it's always kind of overlooked.
I
You
think
know,
so
we've
too.
already
Yeah.
dealt with Masters of Reality and Paranoid. We've already listened to Paranoid. But every time I listen to this album, I'm like, well, but this is incredible. Like, is this the best they've ever done? Like, I love this album so much. And yeah, I mean, yeah, you get changes.
I like changes. I like
I like
changes.
changes.
Yeah.
But you could argue that that's the first dip in this discography.
Which is a pretty minimal
Uh,
dip when you think about it.
it's like stepping in a pothole.
Not
Right.
even.
It still works. Still works. And again, you got to think in the context. Like, yeah, what, 72? Heavy metal isn't a thing yet. They're still trying to be a pop band. This this album is trying to be a pop record.
Yeah. And you can hear it. I mean, you can hear it in the, like changes, like Laguna.
Sure.
But
But after changes, yes, you get
you got, and
effects. And
yeah,
I'll give you effects. Like, yeah, it's just, you know, it's going to be a feature throughout the discography where Tony Iommi just likes to throw in weird little soundscapes. But does FX lead into Supernaut? Yeah, yeah, it does. And is Supernaut one of the greatest Sabbath album songs ever made? Yeah, it's a
yes,
top song contender. Like Supernaut, that the guitar tone on Supernaut. Yeah, it's so good. And then what do you get after Supernaut? Snowblind. Oh, you mentioned earlier, just listen to the drums on this album. Me personally, as a drummer, like I sit down to a new kit, Snowblind's one of the songs I just start playing. Like the drums on that are just so good. Um, and the riff, like, you know, we're eventually gonna hit a post Aussie Black Sabbath. And I'm gonna say it right now because I'm gonna say it a bunch. You can't go wrong with Tony Iommi. It doesn't matter what else is going on around it. And in this case, you got Ozzy Osbourne, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward. So you're doing pretty good. But anytime you put Tony Iommi on tape, you are getting gold. After Snowblind, Cornucopia. Cornucopia is one of those songs that reminds me, it's like everything that was great about the first album run through a master reality filter. I love it.
I see it.
Cornucopia is great. Like it's so good. And then yeah, Laguna Sunrise runs great into St. Vitus's Dance, um, which is an amazing song. Amazing song. Love it. And that goes into Under the Sun, which as yeah, Jason mentioned it as an album closer. Personally, I would go with Fairies Wear Boots and Into the Void over this, but I
it's
can see the argument.
close. It's
I can
close though.
see the argument. Yeah,
It's
it's a
close.
like it's classic Sabbath. Like we're 4 albums deep into a discography that has changed the world. Like, you know, um, we're still not even to punk rock yet. Punk rock does not exist, and this is already just reshaping a musical landscape.
Man, whenever
Um,
we do the '70s, it's gonna be tough.
I know, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
It's gonna
A
be
lot of
tough.
good stuff came out across multiple genres in the 70s. Um, But for me personally, Black Sabbath is just like a perennial top. And this absolutely contributes. This album is so good. It is. It's one of those albums. It's like, yeah, I've already heard Paranoid, but every time I hear this, is it better?
Mm.
Like they just you can trust the first six Black Sabbath albums.
Yeah, you
And
you
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 can
just put
trust
you
the
can put this
first six
motherfucker
Ramones
on.
albums.
You can put this record on and just be okay. Like,
Yep.
You can listen to the A and B side of this album.
Yep.
It'd be
yeah,
more than fine.
yeah.
Yep.
This is either side. You're okay.
And depending on how you're out with changes, because yeah, that is a departure. And that is one of those ones where it's like, okay, yeah, like Tony could play piano too.
Which I like that. I
Way
think
before he
that's
breaks out the flute. But like, you know, like dude's fucking talented.
yeah. I like the piano. That's just I like the variation of Volume 4. It's they're branching out and they're doing different things, but it still
Well, yeah,
works.
and I like it if you look at it in the context of like a Planet Caravan and Solitude from the last
Yeah,
couple albums. Like,
yeah,
yeah, this is definitely taking that formula and flipping it on its head while very much fitting into a 70s landscape, but also still feeling very Black Sabbath.
yeah, yeah. This album is Black Sabbath. It feels like Black Sabbath,
Yeah.
but it feels all. It has other like
And
shit
do you
coming
get a
in.
more iconic cover than this?
I mean, you
Like this
can't fuck
album
with that.
cover is doom metal encapsulated.
Yeah. Well, Bill, Black Sabbath Volume 4.
I mean, it's Black Sabbath. Can you go wrong?
It's
The
volume
answer
4.
is no.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Um, only let's say I'm not going to beat a dead horse. A lot of things you guys have said. I mean, again, is there a bad song on this album? Absolutely not. Not even
No,
close.
no.
Do I think that Wheels of Confusion might be their worst opener thus far, though? Yes. But by no means
I
is
mean,
it a
you're
bad
comparing it
opener.
to Black Sabbath, War Pigs, and
And
Sweet.
Sweet Leaf.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
All top
yeah.
song contenders.
Yeah, that's
I mean, you ask a
shitty.
random person on the street to name their top Black Sabbath song, and there's a chance. Well, I suppose Black Sabbath might not get mentioned as much by people, but like, there's a good chance if they know the band, they're gonna list one of those songs.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
give you that. Yeah, this is the least well known. But I would
It's still a
argue
good
that
song.
Wheels of
It's still
Confusion
a
is
great
just
song.
as good.
Yeah, it's a great song still.
Yeah,
It's just say. I mean, this is again, we're just nitpicking at shit right now. Like,
that's what makes it rough
um,
when you gotta rank them.
absolutely. Um, I mean, to say FX was kind of a weird instrumental. It wasn't bad. It was just weird, which
I mean,
is
that's
Tony Iommi recording this album.
yeah,
it was some
yeah,
coke. There was some coke involved here and
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you know, a little bit of snow that made them
Icicles
blind,
within my
probably.
brain.
So I mean, shit. I mean, Supernaut, Snowblind, easily top song contender. Laguna, phenomenal instrumental, like
One of my
top
favorites.
song contender instrumental.
Yep.
And I mean, Under the Sun, again, great closer. Tim, same boat as UConn on that one, though. I gotta give it to Fairies Wear Boots and Into the Void nods over it. But it's
I mean, it's
again,
It's the
just
same
as
thing as
good,
the
but
it's
it's
same thing
yeah,
as the opening track. Like you're
you're
yeah,
comparing it to great, like it's greatness to greatness.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, there if if you're with someone and you play any song off this album, and they say they don't like it, you need to kick them out to the curb and go
Yep.
find yourself a new friend.
Yep. Yep.
Because there is nothing. There is everything on this album you need to listen to if you haven't already. You needed to listen
Well,
to
and
it
Jason
yesterday.
brought up an interesting point earlier where, like, I'm now kind of thinking, is this Bill Ward's best outing? We still got a few to go that have some strong contenders. But yeah, like Bill Ward might be shining real bright on
Up,
this
yeah,
album.
up to this point, like this is their best. Like he was all in. Like he was crazy fucking shit on this record.
Yeah, yeah, dude, I do like the beat and Snowblind gets me every time.
That
Yeah,
I mean,
Cornucopia, the drumming on that is insane.
I mean, I would say the first three albums, Pony and Ozzy just shone through. And they're still shining on this album, but like this is the one like the drums, like holy shit. Like the drums almost become a focal point at times. It's like,
Yeah, yeah,
damn, like this
yeah.
is
Well, and there's
nuts.
that whole fucking breakdown in Supernaut.
Yep. And that's the one I was thinking about particularly. Like it was like a holy shit, here he goes.
God bless
He's
Man,
those.
not just there to keep tempo
God
for
bless.
everyone. He's there to actually like do crazy shit still.
that's what it used to be. Like drummers would be like a vocal point of the band. They weren't just there to
Yeah.
keep the beat. They were there to like. I mean, look at fucking the Who. Like
Right,
the
sure.
the
Yeah.
drummer was just as much a part of the band.
The drum, I mean, when you're looking at the Who, the drummer is bigger than the band.
Well, yeah, yeah. That's a bad
Like
example.
he's just like beyond the beyond at that point.
That's why they gave Ringo so much shit. But I mean, Ringo had his moments too.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to guess this one. This is a rough one here.
I mean, it's you can't go wrong with. I mean, I'll say it right now, not to spoil anything, but you can't go wrong with the first six Sabbath albums.
I'm gonna say Tim has it number 2.
I got to see where I'm at here. You know, that's going to be incorrect.
Number 1.
That's incorrect.
Oh, we going the other way. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, paranoid. It's paranoid.
You can say that about all these albums.
I agree. I agree. So
Well, I mean, you
personal
can't.
choice. I mean,
Better than the first?
it's gonna go right there at number 3 for me. Love it. Love it.
I think
Color
Bill's
code
gonna.
will tell all when we get there in like 6 months.
I think Bill's gonna do the same thing.
That would be incorrect.
Bill's gonna have number 3.
That's also incorrect.
Number 4.
That would be correct. And that's not a shame like knocking number four. That's just
Look what
something
it's
has
up
to be
against.
four.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look what it's up against. Yeah.
Well, we are divided like a motherfucker because I'm putting in number 2.
Yep.
I mean, up till this
It's
point,
hard
I
to
don't
put
think
it
that
above paranoid, though. It is hard to put it above
Yeah,
paranoid.
none of us have it above paranoid. None of us have it above paranoid.
I mean, is there really a wrong ranking?
Yes, yours and
At this
Tim's.
point, no. No. I would say no. first 6, or just purely
I mean,
up to
okay,
what
Oh,
you
now
to
we're
feel
at number
spoil,
like?
6.
not to spoil anything. Like, obviously, if one of us at the end puts like 13 at number one, we're all gonna look at them and go, "What the fuck?" But
I mean, I've heard 13. It's possible.
Interesting. I don't
Some
know.
things might break the first 6.
We'll see. We'll see. Stick around. We are a playlist link channel. Sabbath Sunday will continue. We'll make it to up next. What Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath,
Oh, yeah.
and then
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Hello, artwork.
Stick around. We're gonna get Technical Ecstasy. I'm sure that will do some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Got that one.
Born Again, Dehumanizer.
Fuck yeah.
We'll
I
do our
got Tier and fucking Cross Purposes coming in the mail this week.
so far. Bill and I got the same number one. After that, it just kind of goes off the rails. We're all different. We're all mixed up. Oh my god, I got the hiccups. All right,
The end of the night.
end of the night.
So with that, everybody needs to like, subscribe, tell your grandmamas, tell your aunties, tell your nephews. Like and subscribe down below in the comments. Leave comments. Let us know what you think of these first 4 Sabbath albums.
How would you rank them?
Right? What's your low point thus far? You got a low point yet? Let us know.
And be safe and make good decisions.
Every day just comes and goes like one long overdose. People try to ruinate tonight.
And then you go a little woo, and then a little whoop, 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 and then it's all, and then you're ready to go again.